Welcome to the Week in Review, the show that brings you up to date on the week that was. Here are the top stories. Power companies look overseas for investment and partnerships. TDSAT delivers divided verdict on 3G roaming. And the 2-month-long Air India strike finally ends. It's been a busy week for India's struggling power industry, with investors and foreign players looking to strike deals in the country. For one, Mint has learned that Morgan Stanley is in talks with Lanco Infratech about acquiring a stake in its thermal power assets. A stake sale could help Lanco cut its debt of nearly 31,000 crores. GVK Power is also in talks about a foreign investment. A senior executive at GVK has told Mint the company is negotiating a possible partnership with Korea Electric Power Corporation. The Korean company is looking at buying stakes in the operations of GVK Power and Infrastructure. While Lanco and GVK focus on coal-fired plants, at least one renewable energy firm is also looking to raise a fresh round of investment. Indian firm Green Infra is in talks for an approximate $200 million investment for both existing and new projects. This is separate from the $50 million loan it could get from the World Bank's International Finance Corporation. Moving away from the power industry, the Aditya Birla Group is also making a fresh acquisition abroad. One of its flagship companies, Grasim Industries, is picking up a stake in a Canada-based fibre producer. Grasim will buy 40% of Terence Bay Pulp Mill. The deal will be worth $44 million. But Grasim will also spend another $250 million to improve and expand the manufacturing facility. The remaining 60% of the mill will continue to be owned by Thai Rayon Public. The Canadian mill makes viscose staple fibres, or VSF, which is a key component in some fabrics. The Aditya Birla Group is already the world's biggest manufacturer of VSF. Moving on, real estate developer Godrej Properties is teaming up with a clutch of investors for a new set of projects. The investors' consortium is led by Dutch pension fund APG. Together they'll buy land in cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore and Chennai. They'll also build up to 5 mid-income residential projects. The total investment will amount to around 770 crores. The alliance between Godrej and the investors will be a partnership and not a joint venture. Godrej Properties will buy 29% of the planned investments. In other news, Telecom tribunal TDSAT has delivered a split verdict on a petition from telecom operators. The operators were challenging a government order that barred them from tying up with each other to offer 3G service in areas where they didn't have licenses. The TDSAT panel was divided over the issue. While one of the two members at TDSAT supported the companies, the other supported the government's order. Operators now have the option of challenging the government order in the Supreme Court. On the economy, new data shows both manufacturing and services have expanded in June. The HSBC Market Purchasing Managers Index for manufacturing grew at 55 for the month. In May, it was a notch lower at 54.8. Despite the good news, the survey says export orders are slowing down while input costs continue to rise. Services too showed growth, although the pace remains slow. The PMI for services stood at 54.3 in June. The previous month, it was 54.7. And here are some stories in brief. Global lender Citibank has announced robust profits in India. The bank posted a net profit of 1,922 crores in India for the fiscal 2012, which is an increase of 35%, and its total assets grew 15% to 1.3 trillion. Citibank has seen a rise in its commercial banking operations and its mortgage business. A probe by markets regulator SEBI has found serious irregularities in 7 global depository receipt issues. SEBI has concluded the 7 GDRs didn't actually raise money abroad. Last year, SEBI had already banned the companies that made the issues from capital markets. GDRs are negotiable instruments that allow foreign investors to buy into local companies without moving money across borders. And the Air India pilot strike came to an end on Tuesday after 58 days. Members of the striking union, the Indian Pilots Guild, said they would return to work after a fresh round of medical tests and simulated training. The strike ended after Delhi High Court told both the airline and the pilots to settle their dispute out of court. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.